Welcome back to north of 44 degrees. It is crane day plus 17. So 17 days since the crane dropped the house on the foundation. Lots of stuff to cover. It's been a busy week for the crews. So we're gonna have to get moving to keep this video from being more than an hour long. So we'll head down the 2-track here and see what they've done. No activity on the propane side, but they did run electrical. As you can see, they tore up the ground all through here. So we'll walk the electrical line back into the house. Some of you may be noticing they got some more concrete work done. So all the dirt work got leveled out. The front yard looks pretty darn awesome. We'll swing around back. You can see here's the trusses from last week, and you can see all the barn, the building materials that are going to become the garage and the dormers. Garage floor has been poured. Yeah, we'll swing around back first. So this is a man door to the outside. I was kind of wondering what that notch was for. But there's going to be a man door to the outside. We can still see the covering for the crawl space. The compressor for the HVAC system has been put in. Materials for the back dormer, and you can see the back patio's been poured. One thing I did notice, I'll see if I can zoom in here, is they did a little offset on that upper tier, that upper patio, which, well, I don't think it was necessary. Certainly looks really nice. It just gives it a nice aesthetic, and I'm gonna credit our builder with that, because like I said, it's not necessary. I think it's just one of the things that he calls out, because that's the way he likes to do things, and I can appreciate that. Swing around to the front. Oh, there's a pressure gauge there. I bet that's for gas. I bet they're gonna hook up gas here soon. And you have to have a gauge on that gas line before the city will, or before the building code people will sign off on it. Front patio's been poured. You can see that same shadow line detail in the concrete. So 2 steps up from the front yard onto the patio. We're not going to have any kind of a railing. We wanted that kind of open, and you can see the electrical has been brought in right there. It's not hooked up yet inside, but the hard work is done. So let's go inside and see what's going on in there. So a couple of videos ago, I did a complete walkthrough, so I'm not going to do all that detail. But one of the first things we'll notice in here is that all the supports down the center line are gone, and they've actually closed up all the drywall where the supports were and where the center line of the house was. So a lot of drywall work going on. And truth be told, I'm not entirely displeased with the cleanliness of this place. For a dedicated work zone, it's actually in pretty darn good shape. So I'll give credit to the builder and his crew for not letting things get out of hand. They've moved the refrigerator out so they could run the water line for the ice maker. You can kind of see that back in here. Nothing changed in the pantry, nothing changed in the guest bath. They are doing some work in the guest bedroom and the craft room. I'll show you here. So here's an example of a crack just from picking the house up. This is at the far end of the house, so there's a lot of flexing going on. And you can see that they've got some reinforcement, some fiberglass tape that they've gone in here, and they'll go and mud that up and make it look pretty good. So that's to be expected. Nothing really exciting here, but what I did notice is they have not one but two vacuum cleaners and a broom laying around. So, you know, cleanliness is definitely on their mind. They're not letting things get out of hand. See some additional work going on in here. So they've pulled the cover off the electrical. They pulled the cover off of the drain for the washer dryer. One thing I did notice, and you go through this two or three times, you start picking up different things. Did not realize the first time I walked through exactly how deep this sink is. It's kind of hard to see on the video, but that deep sink that's got to be a good 18 inches deep, and there's a spray nozzle there. So very happy find. Some people are probably saying, duh, of course it's going to be there. I wasn't expecting it. He said nothing going on in the pantry. Not much going on in the library. A little patchwork here and there, but overall looking pretty good. You'll notice that there's plastic and carpet scraps, remnants all over the place, protecting the finished carpet. You see the big patchwork there and all the materials. That looks like siding. These boards here, I'm assuming these, because they're so wide, they're going to be used for the jams in the door jams in the closets and the bedrooms. So that's kind of what I'm expecting. Not a lot else going on in the master. Materials kind of stacked up. There's windows for the garage. Materials. We'll walk over here, but nothing's really changed in the master bath. So no need to walk through that again. You can see they're starting to do some work. There's some decent sized cracks in this one. Like I said, this is the far end of the house when they were picking it up. So there's just a ton of flexing going on. So two more things before we wrap this thing up and get out of here. One, it is not normal for the builder to let the homeowner, the customer, I guess I'm not a homeowner yet, into the building site while work is going on. Insurance and safety is one thing. If you're not familiar with wandering through construction sites, it can be a little hazardous. But more than that, he knows what's wrong. And regardless of the fact that my uncle's brother's cousin's father's sister's husband is a plumber and knows how to do drywall. His guys know how to do drywall too, and they'll take care of it. So I'm not worried about any of that. And second, I was told I need a better closing. So we'll try a better closing. Done with the tour. I appreciate you watching this far. And now I'm gonna go work on my bunkhouse. Thanks for watching. See you next week.